Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with Joe Booth, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Booth Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods this morning. It is 6:20 a.m., and I'm going to have to get on the road to take care of some stuff down the country, but get back for our live stream tonight for the season final of Hard Knocks. That's what it comes down to tonight. You know, all the storylines. We've got, of course, Ben DiNucci being on the bubble, getting cut, of course, being brought back on the practice squad. We got Alacone, and, of course, him making it, of course, onto the practice squad. And, of course, we have Kamara, surprisingly, making it to the 53-man roster, and, of course, notifying his mom, of course. So, you know, we'll have all those storylines and everything tonight, and we will be here live streaming with you guys and hopefully enjoying the show. Now, one thing that we may not be enjoying is some 2 days, 13 hours, 54 minutes, and 28 seconds from now, if Vegas is right, could be that the Dallas Cowboys are going to get their lunch handed to them. At the moment, of course, Vegas is now with the loss of Zach Martin, and if we are to believe, of course, Jerry Jones says that it's not over just yet, then it may be a long, long day. We are now installed as an 8-point underdog. The Dallas Cowboys are the biggest underdog this week currently for Vegas. Wow. 8-point underdog. That's pretty big. That's freaking huge. So the trolls are circling around. They're, of course, giving me a hard way to go. You're going to find excuses. Well, I don't know if you are the biggest underdog of the week, then that's saying that you're not supposed to win, that your team is nowhere near as close as good as Tampa Bay. You're on the road against the defending Super Bowl champ. The team at the end of the year was the one of 32 teams that was still standing. So from that standpoint, you know, the Cowboys are just lucky to be able to compete. That's what Vegas is basically saying. We'll see come Thursday night what the Cowboys do, but it seems that all of the experts out there are giving us no chance in the world. I haven't heard this clip yet. I'm just going to listen to the cow turd because you know how all of them are circling.
And one of the things I love about football, it's not subtle. You get exposed very quickly. That team's poorly coached. That team's well coached. That quarterback stinks. This one's great. You get exposed very quickly. It's not like that in other sports. If you take hockey, you'll get to the playoffs in hockey, and 8 seeds will beat 1 seeds. In the NBA, a lot of great players in the NBA, you know, they miss regular season games. You're not quite sure what you're going to get. Oh, the NBA playoffs, here come all the stars. In baseball, hard to predict. It's just, are your pitchers healthy? Are your best pitchers ready to go? Are they pitching well? It's so dominated by pitching in the playoffs. But football's different. It's a little like UFC. Any sport that has a regulated level of violence and power and aggressiveness as sort of the keystones to the product, big, strong, powerful, overwhelms weak really fast. And Thursday night's going to be very interesting. Zach Martin, the best Dallas Cowboy current player, is out. That now makes 9 Cowboys in 16 days who have gone into COVID protocol.
That's not good.
That's like embarrassing. And it's interesting because the Cowboys, there's a lot of stories that we're all kind of gravitating to. Zeke's in the best shape of his career. Here comes Dak. He's back. He gets a preseason with McCarthy. They have a new defensive coordinator. 4 or 5 promising young defensive draft picks. But I look at Dallas this morning with all these COVID protocol stories, and I think, man, it's just a lot of questions. And Tampa Thursday's got nothing but answers.
Wow.
If you take out Zeke in the running back unit, Tampa is better at quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, O-line now that Zach Martin's out, D-line, linebackers, safety, corner, and coaching. This has an Alabama-Miami potential feel where you got a couple big brands and one really great team. Mike Evans was quoted saying this week, the wide receiver that Tom Brady prefers to throw to, we are miles ahead of last year. Don't confuse interesting story with good football team. It's not going to take you long to figure this out. I mean, you watch college football this weekend. It doesn't take long in football to spot a poorly coached team, to spot a Miami Hurricanes. Oh, they're not, this isn't, yeah, that's not going to work against Alabama. That's what football gives us. And I look at Dallas and Tampa, and I start looking at the units. I wrote down this morning the 10 best players. It was 9 Tampa Bay Buccaneers and 1 Dallas Cowboy. It was 2, Zach Martin and Zeke, and now Zach Martin is out, COVID protocol. Don't be surprised if Thursday doesn't have a little look like Alabama and Miami had. You think you're getting a good game. Alabama had answers. Miami had questions. I have a feeling Thursday night's going to turn out just the same. Last week, we unveiled sort of a pyramid as we get ready for the NFL. So in college football, you kind of know there's usually like 4 teams that you kind of feel like, to me, it's like Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Oklahoma. And you kind of national championship teams. And there'll be a couple that sneak in. The NFL is much broader. There's usually 8 to 10, maybe not quite that, but 7 to 8 teams in the NFL where you kind of feel like these teams, as long as they're healthy, you can win a Super Bowl with them. And these are the teams, I kind of consider my Super Bowl teams, I usually have what I call my Super Bowl bubble, but like the power pyramid. I think Tampa's at the top of it. They return every player, every coach of note. And then I think Kansas
we're not
City,
in the
Buffalo
pyramid
are
at all.
really close. And then I think Cleveland, Baltimore, Seattle are just inches below it, but really good. And then I think if they stay healthy, the Rams, the Packers, the Colts, and the Patriots are going to be really, really tough outs. And it was funny because I was thinking this morning, if I added a layer to it, like 5 more teams, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 at the bottom, the team, I would put Chargers, Washington, Niners, Miami. Now, I don't necessarily consider these Super Bowl teams. But you can see for our TV audience, it goes Chargers, Washington,
not in his
Niners,
top 15.
Miami. Good team. These are double-digit win teams I like. Just don't quite think they can win the Super Bowl. And I'm going left or right on all of these, right? So I think Kansas City's better than Buffalo. Cleveland, Baltimore better than Seattle. Chargers, Packers better than Colts, Patriots. Or Rams, Packers better than Colts, Patriots. Chargers, Washington, San Francisco better than Miami, and question mark. The team I
got to come back to this.
Get my arms around, and I just don't know what to do with them. So last year when Pittsburgh got off to an 11-0 start, I was getting so much hate mail from Pittsburgh. I said, they're barely beating bad teams. They have no running game. This is not going to last. You can't pass 45 times. This is not a good football team. And this year, I've kind of bailed on Pittsburgh. And I think to myself,
okay, so he doesn't have the Cowboys in his top 15. So the question is Vegas and Colin Cowherd right about the Dallas Cowboys? That the Dallas Cowboys are ass, that literally out of the top 10 players, the Dallas Cowboys have only one of them, and that being Zeke. That Dak Prescott isn't even considered one of the top 10 players on the field. We're going to have to revisit this in the very near future and see if Colin Cowherd was actually right about this, that the Dallas Cowboys are ass. We'll have to see if Vegas is right about this. 8-point underdogs? I tell you what, I may need to put a bet on that one because I don't think that the Cowboys, worst case scenario, lose by 8 points. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll. And I got to get on the road because, well, I got work to do so I can get back here for tonight's Hard Knocks live stream. And I hope you guys join me in between time and in between. In the meantime and in between time, you do your thing and I'll do mine. We came here together so we can have fun. Me and you going one-on-one. and I will be seeing you while I'm on the road. And you know how we roll.
Coach here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Sports Report.